Hey guys, I am gonna move that real quick. I'm just finishing up putting Alex's lunch together, and I had some meal prep tips that I wanted to give you. Need me to get the door for you, honey? Hold on one second, guys. There you go. And go lay down in your room, okay? Go ahead. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I wanted to give you guys some meal prep tips. Hey Cam, how are you? So, for me, this is what I have found meal prep wise that has worked for me. First of all, I write out my week's worth of food. So that way I have an idea of what I'm going to be eating for the week so I can prep. Okay, and then what I do is I focus on the things that sometimes can take a long time to make, like rice or quinoa or lentils or anything like that that might, hey Christy, that might take a little bit longer to make. And I do that on Sundays. That way I can make sure I have what I need. Another thing I do are any fruits or vegetables that I know I'm going to be using during the week, they get washed and they get cut. Also any dressings that I might be making for my salads, if I'm going to be having salads for lunch, I make those dressings on Sundays as well. Sundays is always my food prep day. I usually would have already done it today, but I decided I wanted to get some of my reading done, so I worked on my reading first. So basically what I do is, like, I know for this week I wanted to make a new, why are you texting me, Kayla? I wanted to make a new dressing for Alex and I for our salad. So I made our dressing. Right now I'm preparing his lunch. But I washed and bagged up our grapes. I washed and cut up our watermelon. I cut up strawberries and washed those as well. And I cut up mango. So, because I know we're gonna need a lot of fruit because our breakfast this whole week, hey Deidre, how are you? Our breakfast this whole week is 3 cups of fruit for breakfast, which I'm excited about because I love fruit. So that's what I do is I make sure that I look and see anything that's going to take a long time. We're also going to be making a quinoa lentil salad a couple times for lunch and dinner this week. So I went ahead and cooked the quinoa and I cooked the lentils because the lentils take 20 minutes. Quinoa can take anywhere between 8 and 10 minutes. So I want to make sure that that is all done so I don't have to worry about, don't eat that. So I don't have to worry about having that all done. So let me just close up his stuff here. Actually, I have to cut some cherry tomatoes, but let me, my dogs are eating everything I drop. Let me show you what I've done. So I have my book, gives me my recipes of what I'm making. But I have Alex's lunch going on right now. Here is the dressing I made. It's a Greek garlic, a creamy garlic dressing. This one was really good from the Ultimate Reset. I went ahead and prepared and cooked a whole container of quinoa because I have a lot of quinoa for this week coming up. We're on week 2. And then here's a container of lentils. I have washed and bagged up the grapes. The whole family knows that if it's in the Ziploc bag, they've already been washed. So they don't have to worry about washing. They can just grab and go. I've already cut up our watermelon, cut up the mango, and then I washed and cut up all the strawberries. So that's all the prepping that I did so far. I still want to cut up my cucumber, and I have a couple other things that I need to like go through and make sure. What I love about this reset is it'll give me, like for the next week coming up, week 2, it gives me prep tips, which I kind of already know how to prep and what works for me, so I kind of just go off of what they say you should prep for that week. But it's always easiest to prep the things that are, like I said, are going to take a long time to cook. So that way at nighttime, all I have to do now when we're going to have quinoa is just scoop out the amount that I need to have and I heat it up. Same thing with the lentils. So it'll make it a lot easier for me to cook it. I also buy my salad, my baby spring mix. I buy it in here. It's already washed, but I usually, hey girl, how are you, Sandy? I rinse it and I kind of drain it out a little bit, but now this is ready and it's in the sealed container so it stays crisp. So this is how I buy my salad. I like to buy the spring mix. That way it has a little bit of everything in it. I feel like it gives my salad a little more flavor. So I do that so I don't have to worry about like washing and prepping and putting in a Tupperware my lettuce. So I do that. I make sure that I have what I need. I'll also look through and see if I need sweet potatoes cut up for anything. I'll wash them, I'll cut them. That way I don't have to prep while I cook. It's already done. Because that's a big thing for me is I don't have time to prep it when it's time to cook it. I'm lucky I have time to cook it sometimes. And that's the only way I can stay on track is by doing my food prep. And I've tried it a few different ways, and this is the way that works best for me, is I write out my food. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm using a different list. You guys are normally used to seeing this list when I'm doing my containers, but right now we're doing this ultimate reset, which is not the containers. It's just resetting your body. So I'm not using this. I actually just wrote it really quick, like breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner for the whole week. So what I'll do when it's time to food prep is I'll come over and I'll look at my paper and I'll see, okay, we're having quinoa so many days, we're gonna have pinto beans and rice so many days, so let me make some rice, things like that. So I pretty much got everything I needed. I can cook some of the soups. There's a couple different soups. You can cook soups ahead of time too. My only thing with soups is you either want to use a mason jar to store it because it keeps it more fresh, or make sure if you're using a Tupperware, it's sealed very, very tight, or the soup's gonna get kind of like yucky. So you wanna make sure that it's in a really sealed container. So mason jars are best for soups, or if you're gonna make spaghetti sauce ahead of time, mason jars are the best for those. Mason jars are great for salads also. I didn't have to worry about making any mason jar salads. I'm gonna do that once I get off the ultimate reset. I have my mason jars ready, so I'm gonna make some of those salads when I get back into using my Portion Fix bracelets and using those containers. But those are some of my meal prep tips. I would love to hear your meal prep tips on how you guys prep everything and get everything going. That is what I knew I forgot something. I forgot his cucumber. I knew something looked like it was missing out of that salad. So that's how I get my prepping done. You really need to, maybe like, I do my shoppings on Saturday, because that's usually when I pick my daughter up from work, so it's easier. I pick her up and that's when I do shopping. So I definitely do that Saturday and meal prep on either Saturday or Sunday. So, yeah, she got scared. So I make sure that I get all of that done on the weekend so I am set up for the success during the week, because it is not easy when you're busy and you have a family and everything else. It is not easy to get everything accomplished to stay on track with your meal plan. So that's how I get everything done. That's how I get everything accomplished with the meal plan. I think I went through everything with you guys, so now it's just time to clean all this up. I have all my pans and all my crap everywhere, so it's time to clean up the kitchen. Just in enough time to dirty it to make dinner, but I already have my rice, so I just have to make the beans, the black beans with the special sauce that we make it with the Ultimate Reset, which is really, really good with the liquid aminos. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight, so I'm gonna prep that now. I have a girls' night out with my daughter today and a couple of my girlfriends, so we're going to Paint with a Twist. So I want to get everything done so we can do that. But I just wanted to share with you guys while I was sitting here doing my food prep. I know that's a big question I get a lot in my accountability groups, and a lot of times when I'm messaging with people, I get a lot of messages and questions on the tricks on food prepping and the best way to food prep. I find it very, very helpful that I wash and have all my fruits ready. It's also helpful for the kids, because instead of them going and grabbing cookies, because you'll notice a lot of times they're not grabbing it because that's what they like better. They're just grabbing it because it's easier. They don't have to clean anything. They don't have to cut anything. They just grab and go. Just like us, we like the grab and go foods. So if you can make it to where it is grab and go, you're gonna make the healthier choices, and so will they. So I just wanted to share all of that with you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go get dinner going and then go spend some time with my daughter. Have a good day, guys. Bye.